What's going on, guys? I thought I'd take you through some hot tips today on how to maintain your collection. That's right, maintain your collection of cool looking animals and make sure they're top of their game. If you're new to my channel, thanks so much for finding me. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification button to continue to join the adventure. For everyone else, welcome to CrittaCam! So what am I up to today, guys? Well, it's cleaning, the endless job of cleaning. That's right, when you're keeping reptiles, unfortunately, the byproduct is feces and dirt and grime. So we need to keep cleaning and cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. It almost sounds so repetitious that it drives you insane. Well, in fact, it does at times. Now, a few of the tips that I use to make my job so much easier are things like this, guys. I use these water bowls. So right, these water bowls are like a hide because they can get in underneath there, as well as a water bowl. Now, as you've seen previously, what else I do is I buy these recyclable, that's right, recyclable plastic inserts, and we can just drop them inside the tub like this, or maybe not like that, but more importantly like this. We'll drop them in, and then we can put them in the cage and the animals can use them, and use them they do. Now the other cool things that they do, so here's one of the guys here using the water bowl / hide somewhere to chill and hang out. So you can see they absolutely love it. Now I'm talking about Antaresia in general because Antaresia are my focus animals. And look at this, another guy, it's just shed, and he's actually used the water bowl to help pull the shed off like a good snake, like a very good snake. And as you know, I don't like shed skins, so that's coming out. Now, as we've seen previously on one of my other shows about skins, what can we learn about skins? Well, check this out, guys. See this? You can see quite easily that that is a hemipenal sheath. So therefore, that particular snake is a male. So yeah, we can learn heaps of stuff by looking at these things here that really aren't my cup of tea. Now, we can use hides as well. So these particular snakes, like most snakes, are solitary animals, which means when you go out in the bush, you find one. If you're lucky, you might find a couple in the same spot. And the reason why they pick particular spots is because they feel secure. That's right, secure. So it doesn't matter the size of the cage you use. So we've got V35s on this side, and I've got V70s over here. And why do I use different size cages? Well, over here, I've got some big adult animals in mating, and we use a hide as well as a water bowl. So that enables the two animals an opportunity to hide individually. So if the male doesn't want to see the female, sometimes this happens, he can get away. He's got his little man cave basically, and the female's got her little resort area as well. So hides, plastic hides, nice, easy, quick, cleanable, great usable things. And also, whenever you buy hides, always buy a few extras. That's right, always get a couple of extra, because it makes it so much easier to swap them out and clean the other one rather than trying to clean and rotate it. Same with water bowls, just buy extras, a couple of extra. Make sure you got plenty to go around, whether you got 1, 2 or 10 snakes, it doesn't make a difference. Now, as you see, I use butcher's paper. Butcher's paper is just nice, clean white. It means I can see everything that's going on, and we can keep a control of all of that. Now, smaller snakes and bigger snakes all seem to love and thrive rack systems. That's right, rack systems. I'm not against racks, I'm not against cages, and I'm not against giant cages or even naturalistic cages. So it all depends what the animal prefers. And sometimes it can come down to a individual animal. So you've got to watch these animals and how they react. Some animals will sit there rubbing their noses in these tub systems. You move them to an open cage like these guys over here, and they could even be worse. They could be sitting there rubbing and they don't even feel secure. So whatever makes the animals feel secure, and because these slide back into darkness basically, the animals feel very secure. Even in these big cages here, I use hides, big hides, like this bad boy right here. It's not a bad size hide. Now when I'm putting animals together for mating, I typically remove the hides so I can keep an eye on the animals and make sure there's no bad stuff happening. In other words, no biting, no nipping, and none of that other ugly stuff that can happen. Now when we're working with baby snakes, the same rules apply for the adults, guys. Let me just chuck you up here and I can show you what I mean. So the same rules apply. So with all the baby snakes, I typically keep them in these smaller boxes. It enables me to keep the better temperature zones. That's right, better temperature zones. It looks like a giant snake compared to the box, but trust me, these animals thrive in these conditions. And like I said before, they're a tactile animal, solitary animal that live in small, tight areas. So therefore, an enclosure like this does them perfect. Water bowls, same as the adults, got the little hides there, they can get underneath. Now the bonus here is that the babies can get in there, they can get underneath, they can feel secure, and they can start feeding quicker. That's right, feeding quicker. Crazy, right? And if you happen to have one of those animals that likes a bit more room or a little bit more, then we use these smaller hides. That's right, the smaller hides. Same thing again, they're plastic hide, washable, cleanable, easy. You can chuck them in the dishwasher if you need to, and you can just add it to the box there. So now the animal can move front to back and have two different hide zones, but it all depends on the animal. Some of these animals freak out a bit more than others, and some of them get really chilled pretty quick. So that makes it nice and easy, right? So the animals live in these little boxes, and I know a lot of people are going to say little boxes are horrible, but the reality is I've spent nearly 30 years working with Antaresia, and this is the best scenario for these guys, getting them onto the food as quickly as possible and maintaining those temperatures. Now, how do we maintain those temperatures? Well, it's very simple, guys. In the back of these racks, over the back here, we've got a routed in groove. That groove there holds a heat cord. That's right, the heat cord. And the heat cord basically snakes its way from the top down to the bottom. And then we have a thermostat controlling all of that. Now, very good system. Enables me to maintain my temperature zones. Towards the back of the box, I get to about 36 degrees Celsius. That's right, 36 degrees Celsius. Sounds a bit hot, but I tell you what, these guys love it. And when you push food into them, they can grow and thrive, and it gets their metabolism going and means they want to eat and they want to survive. The front of the cage can get down to 28 degrees, which is pretty cool as well. So therefore, they've got a great, basically, thermocline right there. You know, 36, 28, it's great. And they thrive in these conditions. Now, I've talked to you before about using things like gloves and hygiene. Hygiene's always a good thing because hygiene protects not only you, but also protects your animals. So gloves on, cleaning cages, playing with feces, take the gloves off, take all the dirty bowls to the sink, give them a good wash and all the rest of it, and go through that scenario. Now, I know a lot of people go, why do you use F10? Now, F10, this is a pre-mixed F10, so I've already mixed it. Why do you use F10? So, you know, if you don't have a disease in your collection, why are you using F10? Well, F10 will help prevent diseases, but more importantly, F10 helps break down the uric acid and the feces. That's right. Part of the most important parts of cleaning a cage is removing the feces and the urates, and they can stick and bind in there really difficultly. So that's the reason why I use F10, and I reckon everyone should be using F10, because not only does it prevent diseases, helps protect your collection, but also helps break down feces, urates, and also any of those fat juices left over from food items, getting it right down. Now, not only Antaresia, but also carpets. Now, we particularly use this sort of system for carpets, and as you can see, it's almost time for a clean. But a little bit of plastic grate in there helps them get up, get around, get moving, and more importantly, helps them to break down and get their shed skins off. And there again, you know, they have the ability or the opportunity to get under cover, under the hide, the water bowl, or get up on top of the rack system there. And they really like getting up on top of that rack system because they can sit up there, perch, and basically strike out, grab their food, wrap it up, hang onto it, and consume the food from up on top of the perch. So it lets them feel like they're back out in nature. That's right, it's all about trying to mimic nature and getting them back into what they normally would do. Now, a great set of hooks and tweezers and stuff and gloves, always a cool thing. And always, you know, basically got a trolley in every room with paper towel, F10, I've got replacement water bowls in case they get dirty, and always got a big pile of deli cup inserts. That's right, recyclable deli cup inserts. Recyclable, guys, that's right. Now Australia has got one of the greatest recyclable systems, so if you want to bag me up, that's fine, but all of my stuff goes back into the recycling, and it's doing great for nature. That's right, because you're going to buy it anyway. And everyone says, well, why don't you just go and wash the recyclable tubs? Well, the whole idea of hygiene is to remove it, get rid of it, and keep replacing the clean stuff. These guys here, if you need to wash them, like I said, take them to the sink, give them a good scrub. Use a bit of, you can use a bit of bleach. Bleach is pretty good. If not, whack some F10 in there again. That's right, F10, whack some F10 in there. That'll rip into that, all that grime. And you can get rid of all that feces and crud. Now, where else is that going to lead me? Well, guys, I hope you learnt something today, and I gave you some good food for thought of how to maintain your collection and make it easier for you as the keeper to be on top of your game. Now, unfortunately, guys, I've got to go back to it. Back to washing tubs and clubs and all sorts of cool stuff and water bowls. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Make sure you give me a like. And make sure you leave a comment below. Until next time, guys, thanks so much. Make sure you hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching CrittaCam, and I'll be here washing water bowls.